Hey y'all, what is up? It is Nini here, coming at y'all from Higher Frequency. I wanted to give y'all this perspective I have on meant to be and choices. Okay, so this is going to be a quick video, maybe not. Sometimes I could get to rambling, but listen. Okay, so look at this pen, right? Look at this pen, right? So some people, when they say certain things happen, they're always like, it was just meant to be that way. It was meant to be that way. It was meant to be that way. After going through life, going through certain things, reflecting and learning from the choices that I made and realizing that they are all choices. And that's something else I want to talk about, choices and free will, and how having free will is a blessing and a curse. As a matter of fact, I want to get into that right now before I forget. So listen. Now, if you actually read this one verse in the Bible, I took a screenshot of it. I'm just going to read it out really fast. It's in Revelations, and it's verse 9:11. And it says, "And they have over them a king, the angel of the abyss. His name in Hebrew," and it says his name. And then it also says his name in Greek. And then it explains this verse. And it says that Revelation 9:11 offers a threefold affirmation regarding the true identity of the king, who in the end time will be allowed to bring manifold trials on those who have rejected God. And it says, see Revelation 9:4. The angel of the abyss are all synonyms for God's great adversary, the devil. Now, let me explain to you what the abyss is if you don't know. The abyss is a deep or seemingly bottomless chasm, basically a dark pit, an endless dark pit. And it's actually called Satan's dark abyss as an example. Okay, now I want you to think about Get Out. Okay, when she said now sink, and she sent him to the sunken place, and he became a third party in his own body. That is what, like, I just want to give you like some type of visual of what that looks like. That is the abyss. Okay, and it says God will allow, like, so keep in mind, like, God always has a bigger purpose and a bigger mission for everything that goes on in this world. Nothing that happens is done without God knowing about it. Everybody has a role. Everybody has a part they have to play. Even people who die. Like, think about Dr. Sebi. If it wasn't for him dying, a lot of people would not know. Like, it wouldn't have been so known that he found out that health and food are like the same thing. Like, you literally are what you eat. Like, he cured people from eating healthy food. Okay, but he had to die for people to pay attention to it. And then God also used another vessel to bring forth light to Dr. Sebi again, which would be Nipsey. Okay, when Nipsey died, he was also in the process of making a documentary about Dr. Sebi that also brought other people's attention back to Dr. Sebi. So even in death, like, God still works. So listen, and that's another thing too. Like, I think I already explained this in my other video about where's all the elders. They died because of health problems. Seriously. And those are the people who's supposed to really teach you about all this stuff. Like, and build a strong foundation. Like, that's how they were able to easily influence kids to do the wrong thing and to believe in that, to flesh, and that's it, and not, this is not spiritual warfare, and you're always up against spirits and not flesh, was through watering down the strong family system, like the strong family foundation. Like, you need every person. That's why, like, it kind of annoys me a little bit when people bring kids here without knowledge or both parents. I mean, I get it. I really do get it. But it's like, it's dangerous. It could really have dangerous effects. Because you really actually need all 12 parents. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just watch my last video or not. It doesn't really matter to me. God is going to make sure whoever needs to hear this video is going to watch it the whole way through. Even if they leave and come back, But yeah, it's like, you need all 12 parents, because without those 12 parents, you're relying on the villagers. And what the villagers doing right now is they're promoting sex in songs. They're promoting violence in songs. They're promoting you to basically do all the wrong things. And what I mean by that is the new villagers, y'all, if you're like, is these influencers, like it's the people in the phone. If you raise a child in a one parent child, if you're bringing a child up in a single parent home, 9 times out of 10 when you are at work, this baby is going to be raised by the new villagers, which would be the people behind these screens, the IG models, the rappers, the actors, all those people are now influencing your child. And if all those people are promoting casual sex and doing drugs and not caring about life and not caring about the female species and all that stuff, 9 times out of 10, your child is going to be influenced some way, somehow to do the same exact thing. And that's how these demonic entities win. Okay? Literally. The biggest lie was convincing the world that the devil does not exist. Okay, the devil is here, and I'm bringing it back to the free will and choices. The devil is literally here to play with your free will, to literally test your free will. Okay, like the other day, I had $5. I had asked for change. I got $6 back. Now I could have easily kept that dollar and deceived myself and convinced myself, oh, this was a blessing. This is what was meant to happen. No, dear, that was a test. And luckily for me, I passed it because I gave him his dollar back. And I told him, you gave me too much change. And I'm not in the best financial situation right now, but I'm not, there's just certain things, like now that I know the rules and certain things, I can't indulge in certain behaviors. Like I can't, like it's not for me. Like, don't get me wrong, I might eat the wrong food or something like that, but it's levels, you get what I'm saying? And it's like, it starts off with me, accepting that dollar. Next thing you know, I'll be robbing banks. You get what I'm saying? Okay, it's not literally all that bad, but you get what I'm saying, though. Like, it's your free will is always being tested every day, all day. Like, and don't think just because certain people that you know are bad and do bad things are getting away with it smooth sailing. No, the consequences of their actions just haven't caught up to them yet. Like, being bad is fun until it's time to face the consequences. Okay, that's all. Right now, their consequences just compounding and compounding and compounding. And the people that's blessing them are the bad people. You remember that quote when Tupac's mom said, they're going to give you all the tools you need to destroy yourself? That's what they're being blessed with, the tools they need to destroy themselves. But at any time, they can always turn to God. And yeah, it's going to be painful because they're going to have a lot of forgiving, a lot of apologies, and a lot of it's not going to be a pretty sight. You get what I'm saying? But you could be forgiven. It's not like it's a good, like to have good, there has to be evil. That's why I feel like, that's why he's called the angel of the abyss, because that's his role. His role is to reign over those who came onto this earth and destroyed this earth and convinced other people to do it with them. It's a choice. You don't have to do anything. It doesn't matter what society says. Just because the government made smoking weed legal, that doesn't mean you have to smoke weed. Cigarettes are also legal, but you don't see half the world smoking those. It's like, you got to think for yourself. You got to think outside the box. When you see everybody doing this, you run the other way, literally. But I just wanted to talk about this meant to be and choices really fast, and this is going to be really fast, and I hope you made it to the end of this video because you might actually find this interesting, right? So listen, this is where God wants you to be. This is before you came down to this earth. This is your plan, your path, your purpose. This is the end all. This is where you was always meant to be. This is what God had planned for you, whether if it was a motivational speaker, a health doctor, anything. This is where you were supposed to be. This is where you were supposed to be at the end. This is the beginning, okay? Now, somewhere in between here, your free will is always going to keep being tested until you finally make it to this point. Okay? It's always going to be tested. Always going to be tested. And those who don't know, who fall into the abyss, they'll start straying off this path. Now, like I said, you don't have to keep going. You can always ask for forgiveness and go back. But don't confuse this, you straying off and your free will being played with and you making the wrong choice to follow the wrong path. Don't confuse that with meant to be. This is just a theory. You get what I'm saying? But I feel like people confuse meant to be and choices. This was a choice. It's something you had to learn, or something you needed to see, or some experience you needed to find to get you back to here. You get, this is what was meant to be, but all this in between and the choices that you made, that, why would God want you to get hurt? Why would God want you to end up in a domestic relationship? Why would God, like, that doesn't make sense. That's because there was something in that process that you needed to learn. Like, take for example, for Colored Girls, when she let that man throw her kids off that roof. You feel me? And she did not want to take responsibility for her role in that until that lady finally told her, like, you played a role. She needed to learn. And what did she end up learning? She needed to learn that she needed to love herself first. She needed to love herself. She needed to build a relationship with God before she ever tried to build a relationship with a man, another flesh, another spirit living in flesh. You get what I'm saying? There was lessons she needed to learn, but she still ended up right back where? You get what I'm saying? She still ended up here though. But some people, they'll start to stray off and they won't ever come back. So it's like, just be careful out there, y'all. Stay prayed up. You get what I'm saying? Stay aware. What they say, stay woke. Cause niggas creeping, ayy, and they gon' find you. Don't catch you sleeping. Oh, now stay woke. That's a real thing. Like, you gotta really stay woke out here, cause they be creeping, testing that free will every day. As soon as you wake up, what you gonna do today? You gonna cuss her out? What you gonna do? You gonna go steal? What you gonna do? Let's see what he gonna do. And that's another thing, just real quick. Remember on that one song, Damien, by DMX, when he was like, where my guardian angel? I should need one, should have one. He like, I'm right here, shorty, and I'm gonna hold it down. You wanna F with these, and I'm gonna show you how. And he like, go ahead, smoke it. Go ahead, drink it. Go ahead, F shorty. You know, I could keep a secret. That is what they do. That's how they operate. Okay, they test your free will all day, every day. He said, yeah, go ahead, smoke it. Go ahead, drink it. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. I'm going to start bringing you over this way. Like, for real, like, you gotta, come on, y'all. So, like I said in my previous video before, you do not have to like, comment, or subscribe. God is going to make sure that these videos make it to whoever they need to make it to. Okay? And if you do not understand what I'm saying now, at a certain point, you will understand. Hopefully, it's just you're not so deep in the abyss. It's hard for you to climb back out, So, yeah. And I'm sorry if I'm doing a lot of hand movements with my hands, because I know some people will be like, oh, Freemason. No. It's just, that's a human thing. That's what humans do. They speak with their hands. I'm not trying to do anything to you. You understand? That's how I speak. So yeah, so see y'all, and just be safe.